Mark, congratulations in the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. How does it feel after so many emotions throughout the game and ending up in the penalties?
A bit unnecessary. That moment I got the corner kick. I had so many possibilities. I chose the wrong one. Then you can see. Then you face an opponent that has increased confidence. They kept trying, and then you notice that we lost our red line a little bit. Still had some chances, but yeah, luckily I got the turnaround.
Yeah, the game looked very controlled from Brentford, especially in the first half. Why do you feel the game went out of your hands so quickly after their goal? The mentality you feel couldn't get to that same place?
I think the mistake I made helps a lot to bring our mental side a little bit more down. Takes away the control we had, and then it went from a control game into an open game. Yeah, like I said before, completely unnecessary. Chose the wrong man to roll the ball to, and yeah, I need to learn from that.
You felt you rushed things a little bit in that moment. Was that the case?
Yeah, definitely. I had Maddie on the right side, Kev going deep, and yeah, with the hindsight, it's always easier to say you chose the wrong man. Well, I made that choice in that moment, and that's the one that I have to live with.
But you also saved the penalty that took Brentford to the quarterfinals. Well done. Could you tell us about this moment and the reading? Because the penalties were really well taken from both sides.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely true. I went to the wrong side twice at the start. That doesn't help your confidence when you're against a penalty shootout. But I came closer penalty after penalty, and luckily I had to save on the last one.
Yeah, how do you come back from a mistake in the second half to saving a penalty in the shootout? Mentally, it must have been a roller coaster for you.
Yeah, no, definitely. But it's not the first and not the only mistake I made in my career. I'm 31 now, with quite some experience, so that helps a lot in dealing with a mistake like that.
And now you're in the quarterfinals. How big does it feel for a club like Brentford to reach this stage of the Carabao Cup?
Yeah, of course it's big, but it's just another step onto the main goal, and that's hopefully lifting the trophy at the end.
Well done, then.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Great interview. I mean, he didn't even really want to accept the well done at the end.
No, he didn't. It's honest. It's an honest interview. He's come out and he's fronted up and he said, I made the mistake. He knows he's made the mistake. But that's what it can happen. That's the life of a goalie, from villain to hero. And that's what he was. He was the hero. But I like that. He came out, he owned his mistake, and he made an important save, and it sends his team through to the quarterfinals. I like that a lot.
But then it's also him saying, or him recognising that his mistake then completely brought everybody else's mentality down.
It did, and it lifted Sheffield Wednesday. So whilst you're in control and you're dominating a game and it's quite comfortable, all of a sudden Sheffield Wednesday then after that start to get a little bit of momentum, a little bit of confidence, and they nearly get a goal themselves. But I liked the fact that one is clear and honest, but you see a big blow of relief after he saves that penalty. It wasn't a roar of celebration in terms of, yes, I've saved it. It was more like a roar for, thankfully, I've covered my mistake and we've got through. But it would have been a huge frustration if Brentford have lost that game based on that mistake.
Do you think that kind of accountability is indicative of the culture that Thomas Frank encourages?
Yeah, most definitely. And because sometimes after a game, the emotions are running high. You don't want to be coming straight in front of a camera and be honest. But he was open and he was honest. Maybe if the scoreline hadn't gone the right way, he might not have done that. But I like it. He's come out there, he's owned it, and then he's made a brilliant penalty save. And as I said, Brentford are through to the next round, to the quarterfinal. But it's a huge mistake. He even said, I had someone on my right-hand side, Adam Buemo, and I picked the wrong pass.
Backed up the analysis that you've put together.
So we know what we're talking about.
So you know what
So he's done it for us,
basically. You both know what you're talking about.
I'll give him that.
We'll take that.
And he does take a lot of the flack, which fair enough, he's addressing the I before the we, which I love. Yeah. But still, his team can help him. You know, as he picks up the ball here, there's still, what, 20 yards he drives into. Nobody drives towards him. Yano invites him to shoot. And unfortunately for him, when it is hit, Collins is just the wrong side and he comes off the inside of the post. But you see here, obviously, the options. He's got options to his right. He's got, I think it's in Buemo, he ends up starting to make a run towards the far side as well. On the left-hand side, there's space, but he just picks the wrong option. As he said, it's not the first time, it might not be the last time, but it's the one that he chose and he has to live and die by it.
And then there are others involved here in not closing down the space.
Yeah, Curtis has already alluded to it. Janelt's got to go. He just basically stays there and stops because you can't expect Collins to go. It's too far of a distance. Collins in the eyesight of Flekken. It's a brilliant finish from Kusama right into that side netting. But Janelt, as a midfielder, you have to go. I don't expect my centre-half Collins to shoot out. The distance too big. Janelt has to go, but it's a great finish.
We can look at, just to round it all off for Flekken, the penalty save as well that takes them through.
Well, I think Clinton said it. Most of the other recognised penalty takers maybe will look at the goalkeeper and see where he goes, but Flekken goes quite early. As I said, with Palmer, if you're not a penalty taker, you choose your spot and you stick with it. And he's hit it true and hard. Unfortunately, not far enough into the corner. And with Flekken going so early, he's made a really good save. And unfortunately for Palmer, he's the one that ends up sending him out.
Which, given his stature within the club, I mean, I'm not speaking for him, but you were both saying he'll probably take him missing.
Yep.
Rather than it being one of the kids missing.
Yeah, than one of the youngsters because, he's been there. It'll be hurting, though, because it's his football club. And, he, as I say, for me, personally, he's a legend there. The amount of time he's one of their own. So it would be difficult. But maybe if it's a youngster, it's hard for them to come back. He'll come back for it because he's strong mentally. And as I say, I know him personally. He'll be back from that. But it is going to be hurting him tonight. But if it's a younger player, how do they cope after that? I think he'll be all right.
If there's a positive, well, aside from going through, if there's another positive for Brentford, it was Keane-Lewis Potter's first half performance and he set the goal up?
Yeah, just think he just looked lively. Everything he did just picked up the right areas, seemed to be very in control of the game. And you see here, it's just instinct. Just clever footballer, sees the space, knows there's a high line, knows he's got a fast player up front. And listen, the finish was fortunate in the end, but it's all just from an excellent one-touch bit of play. Just finds himself, just hovers into this space here, Keane-Lewis Potter. He can see where the space is. He knows he's going to play the high line. And it's just unfortunate that Ogbayo just doesn't quite get close enough. And then, unfortunately for him, the pace in behind is just too much. And Keane-Lewis Potter's ball is just, because of the high line, it's a really good ball, but it's an easy ball for him to play in terms of the space that's there. And they get fortune with the rebound. Yeah, they do. It's brilliant from Keane-Lewis Potter. He's now developed, but Sade's lucky here. But you've got to earn your own luck as a centre forward. I like it because his running behind was brilliant. He doesn't want to come feet. You see too many strikers want to come feet. He knows what his strengths are, running in behind. He does get unfortunate, but Keane-Lewis Potter is now starting to develop. I feel like he feels at home at Brentford. He's a regular now. It took him a bit of time to become a regular. But as I say, their recruitment's good, and he's been another good signing. As a striker, do you like Sade appearing to look frustrated at the fact that he missed the first opportunity? Yeah, definitely. Of course, he should be frustrated because he knows it was probably he should have just the goalkeeper Charles left it open at the near post, so he could have just whipped that into the near post. So he's frustrated, but I still want him to celebrate because scoring goals is the most difficult thing in football. But you can see here his body language. I know I should have scored the first one. It maybe comes back to that accountability. Yes. And what's drilled into them through their manager, and I think he'll see that. And a lot of young players now are about stats. Yes. And he'll see that as on his stats, a big chance missed. And I know it sounds really silly and really, really vain, but that's what he'll see, and he'll know he'll be disappointed with that. But he gets the rebound, gets his goal, and he's off the mark. Chappers, if I scored that, I'd have been running around the stadium. Oh, no, I didn't score as much. Shirt would have been off. That's what it would have been off, yeah, when I was in good shape, though. Another big positive for Sheffield Wednesday is their young keeper. Yeah. Excellent. Listen, a lot of the saves he made, you would expect him to make, but it was just his manner throughout the whole game. He had a couple where balls were maybe sent through as through balls. He was coming out and spread himself well. Here, should make the save, but just gets his body behind it, does well. And he just, all game, just the comfortability on the ball, his confidence just oozed from him. And I thought it was a really impressive all-round performance. And for me, he was the player of the match, and unfortunately he wasn't able to be on the winning side to kind of celebrate that moment, but his performance was really good. He sort of looked, it sounds daft, but he looked like he belonged. Yeah,
Looks young in the face, but he looked mature in his performance without a shadow of doubt. I thought he was outstanding. His distribution, they want to try and play out from the back. And I was gutted for him because I wanted him to be the hero. And that's not being disrespectful to Brentford or Flekken, but as a youngster, when you have a performance like that and it's one of my old clubs, I do want one of my old clubs to go through, but I thought the youngster, Charles, I thought he had a really good night.
Sometimes there's a level of naivety to it. Almost like he doesn't realise what he's doing. It is a Premier League side, but the stadium's not full. So maybe there's a naivety to it that helped him through that, but it was a very accomplished performance.
Coaster of emotions.
First and foremost, I'm happy that we are through to the next round. I think it's never easy in these cup games. We know that, and there was a perfect example today. First half, I thought we were very good. The only little complaint is that we were not up with 2, and we didn't have that ruthlessness or, just kill the game off 2-0 up. I'm not saying then the game, but then that would have been putting us in an even better position. I think we started second half well. Then the goal coming out of nothing. Great finish from 25 yards, something like that. Change momentum. And from there on, it's disappointing that we didn't create it more. And we didn't, create it more, I would say. Worked unbelievable hard. And then we're going into the penalty shootout, and big credit to the players for keeping their focus, coolness, executing the plan there, through.
Yeah, why did you feel that the goal changed the momentum so much?
Yeah, we've seen it so many times that it's one goal, it shouldn't be like that, but that changed that. Momentum, Sheffield got more belief, they worked incredible hard throughout the game, but now it seems like they ran even harder. We just lacked maybe, I don't know if it's belief, but just couldn't find the cutting edge, and happens.
Was more mentality-wise then?
No, I think mentality was great. The players worked unbelievably hard. It was more the quality.
Yeah, talking about the players who worked unbelievably hard. Mark Flekken was here, and he was going on and on about the mistake he made in their goal, but he made the save that put the team into the quarterfinals. So that says a lot about his character as well, coming back this way. Yeah,
definitely. I think Mark's been very good for us. I don't think it's a big mistake with him. I think it's a great shot, but he did what we hoped for, made a great save on the last kick.
He was very hard on himself. Then maybe you need to talk to him. So overall, what do you take from today's match? Positives and negatives. You mentioned the lack of ruthlessness sometimes, because you could have put in the game to bed in the first half. You had very high quality chances. Yeah,
I agree. I think the positive is that we worked unbelievably hard. The players were really focused. They really wanted to go on this cup run. We scored a great goal. Very positive. Kevin scored the goal. So I think all that was very good. The downside was that we didn't score the second goal, and the last 30 minutes I want us to be even more in control. With all due respect to Sheffield, if we want to do more, we need to be in more control the last 30 minutes.
Before the match, we were talking about your 2 previous experiences in the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. What does it mean for a club like Brentford, who's still looking for silverware? And Mark Flekken was talking about trophies here. What does it mean to reach this stage of the competition?
It means a lot. It's one step closer to what we want to do. We would like to go all the way. I've said that from the beginning, so we're looking forward to the draw. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, but personally for you, if you've been with Brentford for so much, you went through so much with this club, and you've been doing such a brilliant job. So how does it feel to get this chance and go another step closer to a silverware?
I think it feels good. I'm pleased with that we're in the next round. I think we need to get even closer. We've been in the quarterfinal twice. Now it's the 3rd time in the quarterfinal, so I'm happy with that. So now I want to get second time in the semi-final, and then hopefully one step closer. But one game at a time.
Good luck.
Yeah, one game at a time. But what he will know, and what we've discussed already, Curtis, is that you look at tomorrow night.
Minimum of 5 Premier League teams first and foremost are going to go out, and it's as you say, if you get the luck of the draw and you can manage to be make a top seed throughout the rounds, it gives you the best chance of getting to the final, and I think Brentford will be hopeful of that.
Basically, what Chappers want you to do, Kat, is predict who's going to go out. You did it. I like that.
I too many fixtures for me to do so. I don't think 6 of them will be going out.
but the point, Brighton, Liverpool,
Big game,
and Newcastle, Chelsea,
Yeah.
and Tottenham, Manchester City.
Yes.
You'll see. They are all teams. Well, Newcastle have just dropped into the bottom half, but you will see 3 big teams go
out. Yeah. So listen, there's some brilliant ties tomorrow, and as I say, it's a great opportunity for Brentford tonight, and they've got through to the quarterfinal. And once you see what the results happen tomorrow, and obviously we have the draw, then you'll see where you go from there. But there is going to be some big teams that get knocked out. And listen, I hope my old team get through. And that's not because I dislike Aston Villa, because I think Villa are doing a brilliant team, but I need Palace to
let
get
them have
through.
the Champions League. That's what he's thinking.
That's what I'm saying. Let them have the Champions League and let Palace go on a run. We need a run.
Okay.
All right.
So that's both Palace and Birmingham links wanting.
I knew you were going to say Birmingham links. I knew you were going to say that.
I mean, you sort of set it up, really. Right, thoughts of Danny Rohl now, also with Natalie.
Danny, a lot of emotions, a great show of character from your team overall.
Yeah, of course. I think for me, I take it as a win to come here to show a proper fight. We know it's a good team. First 10, 15 minutes, you see a little bit the quality. It was fast. We have to come into the game, and then it was 1-0 down. But for me, it was important that we still keep our match plan, that we know what we have to do. And then you feel with the subs in the second half, we would be stronger and braver, and then we make the equalizer. And after 90 minutes, a draw here, it's a fantastic result. And I think then the shootout, it's 50-50, we can win. I think it was a high-quality shootout from both teams. Yeah, all in all, I take a lot of positive things. This is the performance what we need also in the league to get more and more points. But today, I'm proud of my team.
After you score the goal, the game completely changes. Is there a part of you that thinks, I wish we could have reached that level before?
Yeah, I think there were some moments where we could be more clinical, especially then with the ball, with the decision making. But I think this is normal when you play on such a high level and it goes very quick. You have to make a quick decision making, the right moments, and then you feel at the end, the 10 minutes was a little bit of open game. Both teams could be score, have transition moments in both directions. This is what everybody wants to like. All in all, I'm very proud with my team, also the group. We have some good young lads today. When, for example, Gab as a centre back, he played outstanding for me today. It's a good step for us as a club. At the end, it's a little bit a shame that we didn't come through, but all in all, we take the positive things.
On the learning side, the first half, why do you feel it was so difficult for you to get in the game? Because Brentford really seemed to dominate the actions.
Yeah, I think it was difficult to come out and building up. We changed a little bit in the halftime about this, what we want to do, and then we had more moments in the opponent half. Yeah, if you have always this pressure from the side and you come not out from your half, then it's more and more pressure, and it looks like different. But second half, it was the game management. We were more connected in front with the 3 guys against the ball. It was more difficult to beat us. And then we start to be calm on the ball, had our transition moments, and it was good to see. But all in all, outstanding performance.
Yeah, and not surprisingly, he's very happy. He also highlighted the young players that he had available to him and the young legs.
Yeah, and the fact that they made more changes in Brentford. So I think it shows that not only can he be happy with the performance in general, but the fact that all of these players that have been on the sidelines to come into a game of this magnitude against a Premier League side to show that level of performance, level of maturity and resilience was brilliant for them.
Yeah, only positives you can take from tonight's game. Yeah, they were slow in the first half, but second half, that was a proper Sheffield Wednesday performance. Danny Röhl, I said it many times, we highlighted, very good manager. Now they can concentrate on trying to get in that top 6 in the Championship.